So let's move on to the next topic. This is going to be some Marvel news. So as we saw in the thumbnail, Marvel's Thunderbolts, Louis Pullman, who was in Lessons of Chemistry this year, a TV show that is up for some Emmys or won some Emmys. And he was also on Top Gun Maverick, had a very small role, is the top choice to replace Steven Yeun as Sentry. So this is coming from Hollywood Reporter. Louis Pullman may be getting a jolt, courtesy of Marvel Studios. The Top Gun Maverick actor is Marvel's top choice to star in Thunderbolts and has an offer for the role vacated by Steven Yeun early this month. Marvel and reps for Pullman did not respond to the request for comment. So this is likely kind of like the Pedro Pascal news, because that hasn't been officially announced by Marvel either. But it looks like this is likely. The deal's not done. This is the top choice. He probably has to do a couple. He probably met with them. He might have to try on a suit and do some chemistry tests with the rest of the Thunderbolts cast. But it looks like he's the top choice to replace Steven Yeun, be Sentry, because that's the part that everyone pretty much knows that Steven Yeun was going to play. Robert Kirkman kind of snitched and talked about seeing him in the suit and how he looked perfect. And let's read this. I'm going to talk about how my feelings are on this. Yeun was attached to Thunderbolts in February 2023, though Marvel did not officially announce his casting. But on January 2nd, news broke that the Oscar-nominated actor was departing the project centering on Marvel's villains and anti-heroes. Thunderbolts hit by delays due to writers and actors strike of 2023, with the release date pushed to July 25th, 2025. Wow, that's so far. So far. The film has a cast that includes Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, David Harbour, Wyatt Russell, Julius Dreyfus. I'm saying that wrong. Jake Schreier is directed the feature, which has not begun filming. First of all, just looking at this cast, and this is not everybody. This is a fantastic cast for this movie. Top tier cast. This reminds me of what the MCU was doing in the beginning when they were casting these really great actors, especially Florence Pugh and Sebastian Stan. Pullman is the son of actor Bill Pullman, played by Lieutenant Robert Bob Floyd in Top Gun Maverick, the $1.5 billion box office juggernaut. Other notable credits include Bad Times at El Royale, which is a movie I wanted to watch and haven't seen. TV series Outer Range is another show that I wanted to see, haven't seen. And he was starred in Lessons of Chemistry, another show I wanted to see, but I haven't watched yet. Opposite Marvel's Brie Larson. Okay, so we might see the connection there. Maybe Brie Larson really, and I think they were in a relationship in that show, not in real life in the show. Maybe she pulled some strings. It's like, hey, this guy's great. You have a vacant. Let's get him in. Where he played her character, love interest, chemistry. Ooh, sorry guys, I don't know why that just happened. Character, love interest, chemistry researcher Calvin Evans. The eccentric journalist Daniel Richmond first reported Pullman's casting. The actor is rep by CA. Now blah blah blah. We don't care about who he's rep by. So. Sentry is a very, very interesting character for them to pull off. He is like a very Superman-like character, which we're starting to get multiple characters like that in the MCU. We got Captain Marvel, we have Monica Rambeau, and we have Icarus from Eternals, who will be coming back again, they said, for the second movie and probably other things down the road. And I'm interested to see how they handle all these. I heard that we also might be getting Blue Marvel, which is one of my favorite comic book characters. But Sentry's a very, very complicated character. When I saw him casted, Steven Yeun casted Sentry, or rumored to be, I was very, very nervous about it because I love Steven Yeun. I think he's a fantastic actor. I think he could have killed it in that part. But I was scared about the backlash. Race changing. Sentry to an actor, all the backlash he might have got because of that. And I think that Marvel needs to get away from doing those type of castings, cast these actors in characters that they have that already fit their ethnicity, and just really get into it. And I think that this actor, who has some roles under his belt, so he's not a rookie, but never has something this big, is what he needs to really, really get going and get people interested, because it's like, oh, I might have seen him somewhere, but he's really, really interested. And I really want to see how he pulls off Sentry, because he looks more like the character. Even when you see them like side by side, they look a lot like the character. He looks like how the character is drawn in certain instances. Obviously, characters are drawn differently a lot. So I'm excited for this. I think that he is a great actor from the things I have seen him in, and I'm really interested to see how he can pull it off and the range he has to have, because Sentry is such a big character that has multiple personalities. Like he has multiple personalities, and a lot of things are going on with depression and things like that. And his villain is his like alter ego. So it's a complicated character that should be interested to see in the Thunderbolts, which were people who mostly don't have powers. I think Ghost is the only one that's going to have powers in that movie. Everybody else is going to be regular. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be like Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, but the Suicide Squad, actually the good guys, and the Justice League character, which is the one Justice League character, is the bad guy this time. So I think that's really, really dope. And I'm really interested to see how the Thunderbolts unfold. A lot of the stuff that I'm hearing rumor-wise for that movie, how it's going to traverse a lot of the MCU, going to Wakanda, going to that island in Eternals where the hand from the oh my god, I'm forgetting the name of the thing, the Celestial is, and they're them getting different things and being sent on missions, and how that can be like a world-trotting adventure, and Sentry kind of getting in their way. I think could be really, really fun. So, guys, in the live chat, let me know how you guys feel about this casting for Sentry. Are you a fan of the character Sentry? And actually, why not I drop a poll right now. I'm gonna drop a poll about if you like Sentry. Do you like Sentry as a character? And if you are watching this afterwards, let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about this casting? Do you feel like they made the right made the right choice and not just recasting the character as another Asian character and actually pulling somebody that kind of fits how the character looks? Drop all those comments down below if you're watching this afterwards, and let me know. Let me jump into the live chat, see what you guys are saying, and then I'll move on to the next topic. Hey, Matt Film Show, thank you for joining the live stream. He said, I wish they kept Sasha Calle. She was great. I think Sasha Calle was really, really good as well, but it just doesn't fit the vision he has, I guess. And he wants to cut everything that didn't work, because obviously he's bringing things that he likes from the old DCEU, like Peacemaker, Amanda Waller, his Suicide Squad cast, and Blue Beetle. But everything else that he feels like didn't work, he's just going to change. Michael Bay was always wanted to Lobo. He should still. I don't know about Michael Bay doing a Lobo movie. As long as you don't write the script, then maybe. But he probably could direct a great Lobo film, but he can't write the script or have anything to do with the script. Guys in the chat, is Echo worth? Okay, you guys are talking about Echo. Are we never going to get Thunderbolts off the ground? Well, first of all, welcome to the live chat, Lawrence Report. Look, they got the recast. These movies take time. Marvel is taking its time. One thing I gotta say, we have to decide: do we want Marvel to rush these films and just get them out to get them out, and not like fine tooth, comb through the hairs and see the mess ups and really get the castings and everything correct, and just rush them out and put the movies out to just give us something? Or do we want them to take their time and give us the best product possible, right? So I want the best product possible. I'm okay with getting less MCU movies right away, as long as they are the best product possible. And I'm not the type of person that hates Phase 4 and 5. I actually think Phase 4 is one of the best phases that we've got. And Phase 5 is, we only got a few projects in Phase 5. So let's give it time and see. Let them take the time that they have to take to make Thunderbolts. Let's look forward to Deadpool 3. And then hopefully when Thunderbolts come out, it's fantastic. Disagree with the Lobo take, as both the Joker and new Batman film are not connected to a wider universe. Okay, but Barry Bro Show, there's nuance in that. The Batman and the Joker were made before James Gunn took over DCU. He asked Matt Reeves to bring that Batman over into the DCU, and Matt Reeves said no. And Matt Reeves has control over that version of Batman. So that's that. He can't do. He's not going to cut it off. And the movie made $750, almost $800 million. So he's going to make the next Batman. He's going to make that happen. And the Joker also made $1 billion, and that Joker does not fit in a superhero aspect. So those don't count. You can't talk about like, oh, we have the Batman and Joker. Those things were made before he took over. Lobo, he's not going to do a side Lobo film. He's going to have it in his DCU. He doesn't want to cause confusion. That's what has been happening with the DC universe too much. People love the animated films. People love the animated shows. People love the Arrowverse. People love the Snyderverse. People love the games, and all of it was just two different versions of characters, and it splintered off the fan base. James Gunn is trying to bring everyone in one central place, whereas one DC universe, one version of all the characters for the most part, and then you love that and you get used to that. We'll have two different Batmans for a little while, but once Matt Reeves' Batman trilogy is over, then we can just focus on the DCU Batman. Once the Joker trilogy is over, then maybe he could pull off his Joker in the DCU, and we can move forward with just a universe that is aligned. I'm afraid to watch Echo after what a friend said. Really? I liked Echo. It wasn't phenomenal or anything, but it was good. Yeah, I've only cared about Kingpin and Daredevil scenes. Don't do that, man. Echo, the actress, Elena Alcox, I think that's how you say her name, was great at Echo, and she was I think she was the best part of the show. Is Kingpin in every episode? No, he's not in every episode. It's not called Kingpin and Echo. It's called Echo. It's about her and her family, her dynamics, and her battle with trying to get away from Kingpin. I hope Foggy and Karen return and Born Again. So there's set photos already of them returning. So they're back. I know that was rumors, but they're back. They're definitely back. Foggy was the heart of the Daredevil Netflix. I agree. I definitely agree. And he's back, baby, with a different haircut, but he's back. Guardians of the Galaxy guys like Superman 2. Yes, you're right. Johnny Dome Studios. I'm forgetting his name, but he was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. He was very much like Superman in certain aspects as well. Yeah. Are you talking about my Funko Pops? Oh yeah, this is some of them, but you should see some of my friends. Some of these other YouTubers have tons. Hey, Perp Minded, salute, man. How are you doing? Zach, I haven't seen a full Marvel Disney show except for She-Hulk, which were ones are worth watching. I would say WandaVision, Loki season 1 and 2, Miss Marvel, Falcon and Winter Soldier are definitely worth watching. I would say go check out Moon Knight. You might like it way more than me because more people like that show than me. Um, if you didn't mind She-Hulk, that's great because I actually like that show. Hawkeye, I'm on the edge on saying you have to see it, but go watch Echo. And I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing. I think that's about it in terms of that. You could watch What If you have time. You don't have to watch What If, but I think WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier are definite ones you should watch. Skip Secret Invasion, Garbito. It might have some things that tie into it, but it's not great. Don't forget to leave a like for this for Zach's stream. I appreciate that. Watched a few of Moon Knight and WandaVision, but didn't finish them. Very, very good show. Matt Reeves made the right call. He did make the right call. One DC universe is going to fail. It would be better as standalone movies. I don't agree because that's what Sony's doing. People want connected stuff. Nobody wants to see. The first thing people said, "Ooh, I like this Batman movie. When is he meeting Superman?" I get it. James Gunn is doing it now. Not everybody, I'm convinced though. I'm a fan of Gunn though too, but he took Galvo away. I know. That's always gonna hurt. I agree. Echo was good. At least a zillion times better than Secret Invasion. I agree. Has She-Hulk season 2 been canned, or is it just a rumor? That's a rumor. Tatiana Maslany made a joke saying that it was canned, but she also said, "I'm not She-Hulk," so I don't believe anything she says unless they just literally say they're not doing it. Why are the Netflix shows better than the Disney ones for Marvel? I don't 100% agree that all the Netflix shows are better than the Disney ones. I think WandaVision tops a lot of them. I think that Loki ends up topping a lot of them. I think Daredevil is one of the best ones. I think Jessica Jones is great, but the season 2 is kind of weak. Luke Cage is great, but season 2 is kind of weak. Iron Fist is not better than any of the Disney Plus shows. So, and the Defender show is definitely not better than any of the Disney Plus shows. So, Daredevil was a shining example, but we're forgetting that the Netflix ones were shaky too. Sony is terrible. That's the worst thing to compare anything to. I'm just saying. That's not working. Gunn should add Prime Earth characters. I like Prime Earth. Yeah, but he has to do a lot, Oh, you forgot Punisher. Punisher was fantastic as well. Let's move on to the next topic. Talking about Thunderbolts. We're going to continue talking about Thunderbolts because we still have some casting news about that. This one I'm not going to go too deep into because we don't have too much news. But another set of changes going on in the Thunderbolts. Geraldine Viswanathan, sorry for saying that wrong. Geraldine Vishwathanathan joins Marvel Studios pick, stepping in for Ayo Edebiri, who departs project due to scheduling. Geraldine is set to join the Marvel Studios Thunderbolts as she replaces Ayo, who is departing the project due to scheduling after the production was delayed due to the WGA and the SAG strikes. Vishwath Nathan is second edition after the film added Louis Pullman to step in for Steven Yeun, who departed for similar scheduling reasons at Edebiri. Marvel has no comment. She joins an ensemble originally announced during the Disney D23, Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, David Harbour, and a giant cast that looks fantastic. Jay Schreier is set to direct, and obviously Kevin Feige is producing. Not much known about the plot and everything, but she's going to be starring it. Her breakout role was the studio comic Blockers, which I heard was really, really funny. And she has been in Miracle Workers, which I think is on, it plays on Amazon Prime if you have that. And I heard that was really great. She's going to be in Cat Person, which is a Sundance pick that's coming out soon. She is in the Beanie Bubble, which is on Apple TV. And she's going to be in Drive Away Dolls, which is coming soon with the Coen brothers. So she has a small list of things that are coming up with some really talented people. She's also going to be in Your Courage and Invited, which I've heard of with Will Ferrell, Reese Witherspoon. So she has a resume that looks good. She's in a lot of like really interesting sounding things, and now she's getting a big role. Maybe a big role in the Thunderbolts. I'm not sure what character. They kind of hid what character Ayo was playing in. I really wanted to see her in a big blockbuster, but these SAG strikes have really, really hurt castings for superhero films. So we'll see how she does and what character she's going to play. There's no description. There's no nothing. So we don't know what's happening. For people who are excited for Ayo, just want to let you know, we have a new casting for that character. Since that was some small news, I'm going to jump right into, I guess, like some rapid fire news as I do. And I just realized I didn't put my goddamn graphics up. But rapid fire news topics that don't deserve a whole giant spiel, but still want to talk to you guys about. And let's talk about Sony, as I was bringing them up in a hint, tweet. This is coming from Collider. I don't use them often, but yeah. El Muerte, back in development at Sony without Bad Bunny. If you guys remember, this project was going to be produced and starring Bad Bunny, another Spider-Man adjacent bad guy that's not starring Spider-Man, has no connection. Bad Bunny, it originally announced that the movie was shelved and was not happening, but now it looks like they're going to do it anyway, and Bad Bunny's just not going to be a part of it anymore. 7 months from its removal from the release calendar, Sony has quietly resumed development for El Muerte, the first Latino-led Marvel film to date. The project had a postponement. Why are they saying these words I don't know how to say? And delays following the SAG WGA strikes. The film lost its star and therefore a place on the calendar. However, Variety, in a feature piece about the Sony films based around licensed Marvel characters, has revealed that the work on the film has once again resumed with a hunt for a new star back on the agenda. The film was set to be directed by Mexican screenwriter and filmmaker Ones Cuaron, with the script penned by Blue Beetle writer Gareth Dunnett Alaker, which is interesting. I like Blue Beetle, so that's very, very interesting. Bunny was asked about the status of the film in the wake of the strikes when speaking to Vanity Fair. He replied, didn't know what to say, adding that the situation was delicate before a publicist later informed the outlet that he was off the project. Cuaron made his directorial debut in 2007, romantic drama Ano Una. I don't know how to speak Spanish, guys, sorry. Which he also wrote and produced. He also co-wrote Oscar-winning Gravity alongside his father, Alfonso Cuarón, a very big director in an Oscar-winning film. Following this, he co-wrote and directed Thriller de Zero in 2015, and that was starring Werewolf by Night, Gael Garcia Bernal. It's always interesting to see how these things tie in. So, like he's doing a Marvel project. He did a movie with somebody that was in a Marvel project. You can see how maybe these things tie together and how maybe the wink, wink, nudge, nudge got for him to get a chance. And obviously, he's an Oscar-winning writer. Even though I don't think the script run for Gravity, but he wrote the film or co-wrote it at least. So it's very, very interesting. And he has some interesting projects. Who's El Muerte? A lot of people don't know. See his picture here, him having Spider-Man in a headlock. This is a Spider-Man villain that's not really talked about. Muerto is in Marvel Comics is a character known as Juan Carlos Estrada Sanchez. That's the most Spanish name in existence. He's a part of a long line of luchadors. He seems like Bane, I'm not going to lie, who inherit a special mask that grants them superhuman strength and other powers. The character story is rooted in the world of professional wrestling combined with the fantastic elements of superhero narratives. Bad Bunny was considered an ideal star for the film, not in small part thanks to his immensely high profile as one of the best-selling artists in the world, but also due to his experience in the world of professional wrestling in the WWE. Yes, that is true. He has been wrestling. He's been doing a fantastic job at it anytime he shows up. So that is a really great point. That there was already a through line there. Him being a wrestler, him now doing a wrestling Marvel character, and how that can tie into promotion and bring fans over. I got where they were. I'm picking up what they were putting down. Where he's renowned for being one of the most outstanding celebrity wrestlers. As a wrestling fan, I agree. In the comics, El Muerto faces various wrestling opponents and embarks on adventures that blend the high-energy, dramatic world of luchador wrestling with the superpower action typical of Marvel stories. The character El Muerto provides a unique cultural perspective to Marvel universe, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, the character is coming back. There is a initiative to get these diverse characters out, and like I said before, let's use these characters that are already Spanish, Asian, Black, you name it, whatever you want to call it, whatever you can name it. Let's use these characters and bring them and upflip them. That's perfect, right? On the other hand, Sony needs to stop making these Spider-Man adjacent villain films without establishing a Spider-Man. It's just weird. It just feels like they're just making these movies, and their only movie that's really super successful is Venom. And even that, I don't know, how great the Venom 3 is going to be. It feels like it's a guilty pleasure film at this point, and I don't know. I just think that making El Muerte without tying him into Spider-Man somehow just doesn't make sense. Now, if they find a way to bring him in the next the MCU Spider-Man film because it's supposed to be grounded and he's around and something that happened and somebody he faces, and then we get the tie-in film, perfect. Introduce him there first, then give him his movie. But just give him his movie, just a wrestling superhero, I don't know if that's going to work out. The director is promising. The writer is promising. I got to see who stars in it. If it's somebody real big, then this could be really good. But as of right now, I'm cautiously optimistic for this film. I'm very cautious. I shouldn't even be optimistic because of how bad they've been treating these Sony characters. Lush. Hold on. Sorry, I see that. You forgot the Punisher show. The Batman and Dark Knight trilogy were standalone films, and they were 1,000 times better than anything interconnected DC has ever done. I don't agree, but I hear you. I don't think the Batman is 1,000 times better than anything the DCU has done, and I think the Dark Knight trilogy is overrated a little bit because they toned down the comic book aspects of comic book movies. But yeah, those don't go a long way. Those unfortunately don't go a long way. Would like Milestone Comics to duo to join. Milestone would be great, and James Gunn has confirmed that the Milestone projects are still undergoing development. So we'll see Static, hopefully, Hardware, and the rest of those characters, Icon, coming up. Hopefully. Somehow, some said they saw this film and yet it's out even being made. Yeah, like I don't understand how. Yeah, I remember that people were saying they saw the film. Maybe they started shooting clips of it and stuff, and they showed it somewhere, but it's not even finished. They don't have a star. Bad Bunny's the only reason that the movie had any traction. With him bowing out, make it DOA. It depends on who they get to replace him. Why can't they add a non-Peter Parker Spider-Man? That's very interesting. They definitely could add a non-Peter Parker Spider-Man, Silk, maybe Spider-Woman. They could. I don't know why. They could do live action Miles. There's so many things they could do to make this universe make sense and people make things acceptable, and it will just have more. But they're just stuck on trying to get Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield into the fold. Sony is trying to leech off the MCU as much as possible. They really don't seem to care about making a good movie. Yeah, I agree. Another rapid fire news, real quick. This is something that broke just recently. And why is this like this? This is so weird. Why would they have this come down in front of the words? Okay, Netflix Marvel to start teasers return ahead of Daredevil reboot. So one of Marvel's Defenderverse stars might be teasing something big on social media on Instagram. Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter posted an image of her in a very similar t-shirt um to the Cosmic Marvel for getting a picture. The Netflix series star in picture wearing the exact same design her Marvel character wore during the previous series. Adding fuel to the flames is the fact that Marvel Studios is currently shooting Daredevil Born Again in New York. Ton of images have surfaced from the production. Some of the familiar faces present in those pictures set social media in a frenzy last week. Just imagine if all those characters were to make a return. So this is the picture here. It's going to take me to X. Can you see that? No. Okay. I just realized you're not going to see it because hold on. Share the screen. Can you guys see it now? Yes. So this is the original post on X, Cosmic Marvel. So this is her story. She put, if you know, you know. Obviously, she was hinting to something. And yeah, that's the shirt from the show. So that's big. That's big. Jessica Jones was one of my favorite characters in that Defender First. She was a great character, and I hope that they bring her back. And yeah, and it's awesome. I just hope that it's done right, and hopefully that this Daredevil Born Again series is really, really solid. And they focus on Daredevil and the main character, but have these cameos to reintroduce these characters to get people interested again. It's supposed to be 18 episodes, so they have the time to add everybody in.